Nino, Ino, Yamitino, Abraham, Liaka, he revenated all the young Kenaka, the always to be eager, leaving one, maybe I will say, Michelle, walking, but I got all Nino, again, Abraham, usually the mother of the time is about all of the shell, very as well, about the time is Hem Nathan, very very much, so in the kind of thing we can out of the way, how much to be there, maybe it's Machayam. Manata la Haiti, Baracatonino, qualification before you came out of the cell, like I thought, you know, I called the last one, and then you know, the cost of coming up with us, like I thought, you know, we did not do us, we don't do that for the coming monkey noise, you know, we took to watch them all of an apple, like I thought, you know, I was true, I want to be keep on, if I want to monkey to keep on showing, okay, I'll tell you this, how I thought, like I thought, you know, Amen. Nemon Rahmanot of Rakatodino, Fede Israel, Lino, as a channel stage, 8 also, material with Timber of Albany, Sabine Tobacco. What if you're not in a controlling material to go? I'll tell you, meet you out of like a show, you know, Sunday is coming to the Eastern Captain, I can place ours 13, but I have thought, you know, because I'm Israel, you know, is the Yatin Patil of the remaining Yogan from Lake from the gospel because the other Gomish Power, you know, the dog of Mishpa, she did not go for me for the video for AVM. The hero you can reach on here, Sackers, Shabbos, Nugget, definitely up in here, I mean, about you know, I'm probably so always Graham. Bulgaria said the girl, you have an American level and I think it's talker to the hobby, the mission for them and Simcogino, you know, a long way to keep a couple of doctors, but I thought, you know, I deeply, I'm here for back and talk to visit your take off, catch it out of everything talking with the ace off. The Caribbean in an island, but I thought, you know, you shall I am. I'm not going to come in as we have the kind of temperature. He was also keeping a quiet, but I thought, you know, but we have scared you, sure. You know, over after one, after the lady would have a rapid process, you'll see no catch me out to the lace stuff on the name also. The one up, I'm looking to come out this, you know, I'll tell me out to the gospel ever. I thought, you know, yeah, poi sono così loro sentono i dati sono la cosa ma noi non nessuno fa così in acqua per catoni noi non così no si Ergo betörai mata ili kolori kom kamera kendili zamanında email'on gibi la bu la misbahis translation kolagini tabii de bombaver Kaimi kasava yavuşum kaldı lam kite kalışo sinu sava Quella te per Catodino adesso ulfana vela haydi inşallah da teyve bırakma sayım kan ve hazbere vali fakir zaman ne haber beni binu kana bir haber bana As Chaim Abbas said, Utstaka Ubracha Verachim Chaim Shalom Devi Nacha Verachim Kaisa Voice Kosha Abi Shem Yacha Verachim Lino Bari Hashem Yisrael Shalom Kalis Kalis Meira Ba Yallah Dirachu Say Yam Mafu Say Yasma Mekane we got to be Shir Chai 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 Kabi Yisrael Ba Kabi Zankari Bimame Amiram Belma Bimame Double Ison Voice in the Kabista Kodam Ava individual Bimame Ramen Mavikan TV Malin Waka is Bimame I said Shon Rima Buya Shon Malin Waka is Bimame Whenever Hayat and I milk alcohol, by you may have an alcohol, may have thought. Amen. 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 Yashafat, tonight's learning is really Nishma, so Nishma, so Brian, David, David, your site is tonight, the Shama Shab and Aliyah, and also Avram Ben. Whose yard site is tonight, the Shama Shab and Aliyah. Happy's grandfather. All right, so tonight, tonight is. Oh, I don't want to say it, right? If we say it's a problem. So only after we count. Happy night after Lev Ba'amr. Lev Ba'amr. Heart of the Amr. Night after. Almost. All right, so according to one opinion in the Gemara, according to Rabbi Yeshua, the floods in the times of Noah, the flood began today. According to the other opinion of the Gemara, Rabbi Eliezer, he says it started not on the 17th of Iyar, but when the Torah says it started in the
of the second month, it was the 17th of Cheshvan. What's the source of this one? Why is there a machloket? So again, the Torah says that it took place on the second month, on the 17th day of the second month. The question is, when are we counting? What's the first month? So normally in the Torah, the first month, it's the month of Nisan. Like it says, this month, referring to the month of Nisan, will be the first of your months. So that's why in the Talmud, Rabbi Yeshua says that when it says the second month, the 70th second month, that's today, the flood started. Rabbi Eliezer says no, that's not when it started, but rather it started in the month of the second month. Second month is ER in the Torah. So he says like this is the Gemara, and this Allah follows him. That when is it talking about that the month starts, that Nisan is the first month? That's from Sinai, from when we got the Torah. When the Torah says a Chodesh Azalachem Rosh Chodesh, and this month is going to be the first of your month. When the Torah introduces us to that being the first of the month, in other words, when we became a Jewish people, which was in the month of Nisan, so then for us, it's the first month for our Yom Tovim, for our holidays. It's the first month as far as our Torah months go. It's the first month. However, as far as history goes, it's not the first month. The Tishrei, actually, the world was created actually in Elul. The 25th of Elul, actually, when the world was created. The first of Tishrei is when Adam and Chava, when Adam and Eve were created. And so Rabbi Eliezer says that today is not the day of the flood, and it's not the day we count, but rather the month of Cheshvan is only counted. Nevertheless, it's an opinion in the Talmud, and it's a valid, huh? Oh, very good, good, very good. Herschel is saying that it's connected to tonight's holiday, which we're not allowed to mention its name right now. Tonight's holiday, we can't say its name right now. Why can't we say it? Because we can't. The problem was counting the Umrah tonight. Earlier today we could have said. Reminds me of the story of this woman was in labor. She calls the taxi before Shabbos. For Shabbat, she calls the taxi, and she says, "Listen, I might have to call you tonight to take me to the hospital. If I call you, do me a favor. Don't send me a Jewish driver. I don't want you to send me a Jewish driver on Shabbat." So I said, no problem. Anyway, sure enough, she's in full swing labor, and she calls for a taxi, and the taxi comes. She goes in the taxi, and she hears the dispatcher. People, pre-Uber days, there used to be dispatchers, right? Dispatchers used to be radios. Anyway, she hears the dispatcher says, "Hi, you pick up that lady's an anti-Semite." Right? So we can't say the name of the holiday, right? Jaime. All right, so today's also the day. So again, it's the day that according to the Gemara, the flood started. Today is the day also, and time to the second Beis Hamikdash. There was a robbery that took place in the Beis Hamikdash. The Romans, before they destroyed the Beis Hamikdash, they came in there and they simply went. They went in the middle of the night and they stole silver from the Beis Hamikdash. Smash and grab. They went looting, and for one time we got together and we fought back. We fought them. and actually we won the fight, and that was also dangerous. Tonight is the day that Rabbi Akiva's students stop passing away. That's why we discussed that some people won't take a haircut tonight. They'll wait till tomorrow. The two opinions discussed anyway. According to the Mishnah Berurah says most things that you could take tonight already, but because we're anyway celebrating tonight. But since they stopped passing away on this day, for a little bit of tomorrow, the mitzvah the part of the day is considered like a full day when it comes to the morning. Yeah.
What's the reinforcement about God? When I was in Israel at the time, in the elementary school, we learned that he was a hero, he was a leader.
He's actually mentioned in today's Rambam, which we're going to get to in a few minutes. When we get to today's Rambam, he's mentioned in today's Rambam.
And my hero is the
Bar We'll get to Rambam. So the students of Rabbi Akiva finished passing away. The reason why they were passing away. Oh, I forgot about the lady. Sorry. The reason why they were passing away. The Gemara says because they did not give proper honor one to the other. And the irony over here is, the Rebbe points out that Rabbi Akiva is the one that pushed the hafta l'reacha kamocha, to love our fellow as ourselves in the Torah. But Amar Rabbi Akiva, the hafta l'zechla gadol b'Torah. This is the main rule of Torah, so we should have love, proper love for each other. So how was it? Huh? People, the first century. The first century. Yeah? First century.
100 years BC.
No, it's probably like 50 or 60
years
before Corona?
After the Corona.
They didn't say before computers. 50, 80. Okay. Anyway, so the Rebbe points out, why isn't it students of Rabbi Akiva? Akiva was the one that pushed Ahavat Yisrael. He's the one that pushed this love. And now it's his students that weren't having proper love. And they did absolutely have proper love for each other. They had so much love that they wanted each other to do the right thing. And they wanted each other to do the right thing so much because they loved them so much that there was no room for, remember, I had a learning teacher that was a kid in camp. It's funny, he just told me recently. Shidduch question. So, hey, we're kids. But, Shalom, Shulman, whatever. Anyway, so he used to always say, let me live, don't make too much trouble in class. Let me live. You gotta leave room for others to live, we don't always have to agree with each other. We can still let each other live, even if we can agree to disagree. And that's where Rabbi Akiva's students were lacking, is they loved each other so much, they loved each other too much, that they wanted each other to do the right thing the way they saw the right thing. And they did it without leaving room for opinion. And so that was the cause of the plague to Rabbi Akiva's students. And what's interesting is that Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, the Rashbi, whose yahrzeit is tonight, he passed away. He's the one that remained alive. He's one of the ones that didn't pass away, and he's the one that did pass away on that day. Look at that, sit down tonight. Let me tell you. And then it's tonight.
It's like a piece of wood, right?
Huh?
It's like a piece of wood.
Log, right? Yeah, and of course, displaying that his yahrzeit, his whole life culminated in this day, his whole life accomplishments come in this day, and how even though Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, who studied Torah, his whole day and night was busy studying Torah. Everything was Torah. Nevertheless, if you look inside this week's Pirkei Avos, it's going to say there, coming Shabbat, it's going to say there that Rabbi Shimon says that what's the greatest, there's 3 crowns we have, and the greatest crown, the crown that goes on top of everything, is Keter what? Shenta, the Keter, the crown of a good name. A good name meaning favor for another, do something nice for another person. Because even though his whole thing was learning Torah all day, he says, you know what? This Keter Torah, the crown of Torah, which is a super great crown, the crown of Torah. But you know what? Doing for a favor for another person goes on top of that. Tops that. What? Let's not go there. So tonight's Rabbi Shimon Echai's yahrzeit. It's also the yard. Rabbi Mincha. This is good from Shulchan Aruch. You'll have here the Beis Yosef. You have the Mechaber, the Yosef, and you have the Rambam, which is the Ashkenaz and follow the opinion of the Rambam. Rambam's yahrzeit is also tonight passed away in 1573. The Shalosh Aliyah. Tonight's also the anniversary of the founding of the Tzava Haganah Yisrael, the Tzahal that was founded tonight. Before this, there were different groups. There was Mapa, there was Haganah. There was different.
Lefty.
The battle fought in 1948, yeah? General.
1948, my father died.
In any case, IDF was created tonight. Tonight was when it was created at its anniversary. And unfortunately, the Churba Shul was destroyed tonight, the same day, 1948, when the IDF was formed. The same day, the Churba Shul was destroyed. It was originally built by the disciples of Yehuda Chassid. They built it in the 1700s, and then it was destroyed in 1721 by Arab mobs. Then it was rebuilt by the students of the Vilna Gaon in 1864, and it was destroyed in 1948. Arab mobs again tonight, and then it was built again. Now it's rebuilt just a couple of years ago, 2010. They needed its renovation again. Okay, that's the Jewish history. 4 minutes. So, one more thing. Today, Jewish history is very important. That is that today we complete learning the learning of the Rambam. This morning, after davening, like every morning, we do the Sefer HaMitzvahs, and we concluded all the laws of all the Sefer HaMitzvahs of the Rambam we do this morning, and in a few minutes, after we light the bonfire, we'll conclude the learning of the Rambam. We'll learn 2 chapters a day, established custom established by the Rebbe. We're going to do the conclusion, and we'll start learning the cycle again. Everyone's encouraged to learn the Rambam, and if you go to balachai.org/Rambam, you can get there English, Hebrew. Every single day you can get the Rambam you want to provided 1 chapter the way when we provided 3 chapters a day. You have it translated, and you listen to the recordings. It's all there, all set up for you, and super easy. So coming up, good thing to just. All right. So one of the customs. Last time we were discussing the custom of bows and arrows. Why do we play bows and arrows? Kids that archery, yeah. They made bonfire also today. They made bows and arrows, or did they play targets? Oh, okay. And so that we're discussing the reason for that custom. There's another custom to do on this special holiday, and that is the general to go out to the field. Says the middle of the Rebbe, there were a lot of tremendous miracles that would take place in this holiday throughout history. Because we have our davening has extra superpowers tonight and tomorrow to use out all the superpowers of davening. And the middle of the Rebbe, even though he was not allowed to have l'chaim, it was not good for his health. Nevertheless, 1 time a year he would have the l'chaim. It doesn't say it was Purim, It doesn't say it was Simchas Torah. It says the day he had that l'chaim, even though it was not good for himself, was the night of tomorrow. This has to see how special this holiday is. And throughout history, many people who weren't able to have children, who didn't have children, they were got blessings on this day. So many people have got blessings this day for children. There's the source of Chassidut, yes. There's a famous picture of the Rebbe with Lag BaOmer, the Rebbe's waving. The Rebbe's waving Lag BaOmer's famous picture, and I don't see these things. People say they see inside. Okay, see inside the Rebbe's hand. You can see a picture. You can see like sort of a baby there, and they say the story was Rebbe had someone who couldn't have a child, and that year they had a child, and there's a source of that story. Multi will show you exactly. There's another custom to do this of this holiday, and that is I don't know the reason for it. I just remember my mother was doing it, and I thought it was a Belzer custom. My mother came from Belzer background. It was a Belzer custom. Then I saw told me it's a Lithuanian custom, and I saw it's the Rebbe mostly it's a Chabad custom as well, and that is to eat make hard-boiled eggs on Lag BaOmer on that day. I just said maybe today. I didn't say today is. We learned you can still count the same time mistake but they would eat hard-boiled eggs, but colored eggs. Colored the way it was colored. When my mother was in onion peels. You cook it together with onion peels, and it browns. It gives a color to the egg, and that's how they. I have no clue the reason for this custom. I tried searching for it. I couldn't find the custom. Couldn't find the reason for it. But we have our brody here tonight. There everyone is. No. Whatever they do, I don't know what they do. Why colored? And why colored egg? The Rebbe also did it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. But why do we add color to it? Why? I don't know. Of course, it's a custom of having a bonfire. The reason why we have a bonfire on this holiday is because, in general, fire represents warmth and light, and that's what the Shimon Echai brought introduced the aspect of warmth and light. Also, there's Torah is compared. There's two aspects of Torah, and each of them will compare them with regular. There's the hidden parts of Torah, there's the revealed parts of Torah which are compared to water. We discussed the other day about the comparison to the water, why it's compared to water, and the hidden parts of Torah are compared to fire. Thus, we play with fire. Don't play with fire on this holiday. Specifically, make fun with fire in a big way. Time for Maariv. We have the count, so we can say what the holiday is. It's a secret.
Shir Hamal, you see never close to tonight. I closed down. Adonai Hoshia, Melech Yaninu Yom Kareinu. Adonai Hoshia, Melech Yaninu Yom Kareinu. Adonai Hoshia, Melech Yaninu Yom Kareinu. Yiskada v'Yiskada Shemei Rabba. Nikmachu Sevi Yatzmach. V'Kana v'Kari Meshicha. V'Chayich and V'Kana v'Chayich Chabeis Yisrael. V'Gala v'Zman Kari v'Meramin. Heish me Rabba Mevayrach. V'El Maya Maya. Yispark v'Shamach v'Yispar v'Shama v'Yisase. Yisara v'Yisal v'Yisalash Medikud Shabrichu. Yeh Lami Kabakasa v'Shira Satish Bakasa V'Nakamasa. Amiram B'Yoma v'Meramin. Baruchu Asadinai Hamvayrach. Baruch Naim Vayrach. V'Yelam Bowen. Baruch Atah Adinai Eloheinu Melech. Ma v'yom, mi make life. I'm not doing it to be like nice for Shemai. Baruch Atah Adinai Maariv Aravim. Abba Soilam Bishana. The terms. Him Kayeinu, there Kamenu, Baham Negib Yom Balila, the Vascal to Sermon and the Lamim, Barakatadina. No, I'll take him MS. Because I family to a time, it's lost of the national issue. Machusa Brasan Kibule, Hamish of Natural, Conishop some Karabah, Yamerkulam. Nikamaka, Belmadina, Nikamaka, the Kurdish nurses, Maku, Robin, become a cremation. Zain the end of the Amur. Occupied in Isaac, we don't make us menu. Barakatadina, I go, yes, so will. Ashkabin to finish up with which was to say to be looking up, show me to be there, I'm Kirschman and Messlina Water. Barakatadina, Shumer Summer Shrala, Scalavi Skadashame Rabba, Yomani breakfast of Nikmaku say the Yatsma, for kind of the Kayak and Rikan Bakata Kabisi Shrala, Bagala Bisman Kari Vimarame. Nish may Rabba Mevira, Phil Maya, you swear for some of his fire, some Visa say, the Sada Visa Visalash, many good Chabriku. Yea, let me cover Casa Vishira, such as Picasso, Nakamasa, the Miram Bioma, Vimarame. Gadavis Gadash Merabo. Yomadi Brakas in the Kwakus, and Yasma for kind of a Karmashikai, the Kayak and the Vikana Kobe Shishrawa, Galavis Makari, Vimarame. Yes, my rabbi, I wrote the other Mama, you strike me, Shabak, you strike me some of these, I say, this other piece of this house, and you could your break. Yea, let me cover Kaspishira, such as Pras, Nekamasa, the Miram Yamavi Maram. Son of us on the Kadisha, or kind of behind you, Vishmaya, Vimarame, Yesh, Lamarabba, Minchamaya, the Kamtamalini, the Alkoy Shaw, Vimarame, Place of Shaw, Vimarina, the Assamalini, the Alkoy Shaw, Vimarame, Lena Lishabel, oh, sorry, page 136. Barakatadino, Elena Malachailo, Mashir Kedishan Missois, Bitsibana, Spiras, Aimer, Hayoim, so Shlavish. Arba Shavuot, Chamisha Yamim La'Aimer.
Today is 33 days, 4 weeks and 5 days of Aimer.
Lena Lishabel, Lena Call, Yakin, the couple of father, and I Elohim. Namar, Behemah for Kalaris, Bema Hedina Yakad, Ishma Yakad. He's got all these Kadash, Rabba, Yama, Dibrakir, Saviam, Mikmaku, Saviam. Shikai, okay, Kon, Viamekon, Vikai, the whole basis of Gala, Bisman Kari, Viamame, Inspire, Vishamam, Vismasai, Visavar, Visala, Visala, made a good job, Yela, Mikover Hasa, Vishirasa, Tishpakasa, Vanakamasa, the Miram Vilma, Vimarame, Yehe, Shlama Rabba Minchamaya, the Kaims of Malinu, the Aqua Yishael, Vimarame. Shalom Ibrahim, Shalom, who be also Yisrael, the Emerald, Tirami Bakapis, Shua, Shanti Sabah, the choice of this, the Rhythm of Akadim, Vatikani, Sevanius, Niasi, Sevanius, Vanis moving. Machat, she is also my. I'm convinced of our Allah got Sahara. The Kana Ben Akshama Raskash for Flus Akashral, if you can balance terms Samar. Naka face the man, Sikta at the Tara Viadir. Skadav is Kadash, Rabba, Yama, Dibraku, say the Amlik Maku, say the Asmak for Kane, the Karen, the Shikai, the Kayakon, the Yamakon, the Kai, the Kobe Sushawa, the Kala, Bisman Kari, the Rome, Isfire, Shava, Isfire, Vishama. Isadar, Visala, Visala, Shmeda Kucha, Brihu, the Ye, Lami Kabra Casa, Bishirasa, Tishpakasa, Vinakamasa, the Miram Biama, Vimarome, Ali Stroel, Viarabanan, Viatamide, Hein, Viakotamide, Smide, Hein, Viakoma, the Skin, the Raisa, Divias Radin, the Diva Kolasar, Viasar, Yehela Hono Kom Slamaraba, Kino Vakista Varafamin, the Hayanarikin, the Sana Ravika, Economy Kadama Bahain, Divishmaya, Vimarome. Yehei Shlama Rabba Mincha Maya, V'chaim Tov Malenu, V'yapo Yisrael, V'imru Amen. V'yisra Shalom B'mreina, V'yasa Shalom Aleinu, V'yapo Yisrael, V'imru Amen.
Yeah. Now let's make a l'chaim over here, and then we're gonna go enjoy barbecue. Oh, by the way, happy Black Friday, everybody.
Go on, Yeah.
And then we'll go.
That's like. Okay, go on. It's working? Yeah. Was it connected to that? All right, go back up. Okay. It's on YouTube. Yeah. Stay on it. It's live. Yeah, it's not working. Yeah, Robert, it's not working.
It's not working well.
It's not going together when it's both. Watch it. So it's live. Over here. Play. What's it playing on? What's it playing on? Not playing on here. It's playing on YouTube or playing on you playing the part. Checking on playing on YouTube? No, it's playing on Spotify. Second phone where we can use that. Sounds like a big. Is it live? It's recording. Thank you for the program. I got it.